the next question is now everyone's like, oh my God, Solana ETF. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Like, I'm just like, dude, I don't care. Like, I got the Bitcoin. I'm happy. Ethereum is crazy excited about. But like, do you think Think keeps rolling this with BlackRock and Fidelity keeps rolling through this and is like, all right, next up, I want a Solana one, I want a Bcash one, I want an XRP ETF. I don't think there's that
I were
much
him,
interest, but
if I were him, I'd stop pretty soon because diminishing returns will happen. The reality is, if people want to own Solana, they buy Solana, right? Like I think
true.
Bitcoin to me is the obvious one that a lot of people wanted. Now you could say people would buy it in 401ks, which I think is a legitimate argument. I think Solana, sure. I mean, I could see Solana being like useful. I mean, look, Solana is useful in this sense, right? Like if you actually want everything I just said to potentially happen, Solana or some variation of it has to exist because like a legitimately compelling pitch, maybe the only legitimately compelling pitch in this space is that if there are regulations in place, if, for example, USDC is established as a safe asset, which I think it is, right? And people start to be willing to accept it. If I'm like a traveling salesman or something or whatever, if I own a POS system in a restaurant and every time someone comes into my restaurant, pays me with an American Express charges me 2.65%. It is a legitimately compelling pitch to say, hey, what if instead of being charged 2.65% of that bill, you were just charged a cent and that money settled instantly? Like if people began to trust this space, that would be legitimate. And then if you bring enough assets on chain, if you bring enough USDC on chain to which merchants are holding it, people are holding it, someone gets like, hey, instead of paying eBay this, pay me, like, use this, it'll only charge a cent. eBay will take less percentage from, like, whatever. I'm just using random stuff. If you can get enough money on chain, then what happens is people will probably start saying, hey, fine, you can pay your mortgage in this, you can pay your car lease in this. And then all of a sudden people are like, okay, so if there's this much money in this market, I want to advertise to that market. I want to get my product there. So I'm going to allow people to buy the product through that. And then all of a sudden you've created something that I think is interesting. To make that happen though, like what you have to do is just acknowledge that like what this space stands for, like you have to take some of the scary product stuff out of it. Like not a lot of people are super psyched about like, oh cool, like so if I lose this 12-word passphrase, all my money is gone. Or like, oh wait, I accidentally typed K instead of J and I can't ever get this back. Like that's not an option for people. And so again, dude,
I
look at like,
clicked the wrong link.
sure,
A
but like,
wallet
dude,
drainer. Yeah.